Ray Campbell asked us, would puttees work with a kilt, or are they something only for living history events?
Puttees,
should explain what puttees are.
Yes, for those who don't know. It is, for lack of... I didn't know till I Googled it. In fact, it's effectively
it's a
leg wraps. Exactly. Worn pre-World War I into World War I kind of time frame.
Yeah.
So, would I wear that? Not spats. Spats just,
Spats
covering the top of or the lower part of the leg as well as the top of the shoe.
Right.
These are, wraps that go around almost up to the top of where you would wear a kilt hose, mid-calf kind of height.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yep.
Would I wear one with a kilt? No.
No.
They were worn essentially up until and about, World War I kind of thing. Would I wear them as part of a living history thing? Sure, if I was, reenacting something that was from the 1800s. Yes, if it was appropriate. Would I...
If it was appropriate. But...
Correct. Would I wear them as a history-bounding kind of thing, meaning taking a historical item and putting it into the current day outfit that I am wearing? Specifically those, no. Would I wear an old style tweed or an old style kilt pin or something, honoring tradition and heritage?
Mm-hmm.
I would bring that in and wear it, incorporate it with my daily wear, but I wouldn't necessarily wear that because it's kind of been left on the dustbin of history, so to speak.
Yeah.
It is not something that can be seen anywhere else currently in fashion. It went out of fashion way back. Fashion, I'm using a loose term, but
very
military fashion, so
right.
to speak. It's functional way back then. Therefore, I wouldn't try to do it. It would feel like it was forcing a square peg in a round hole.
I mean, sometimes there's an element from past fashion which is cool and is worth resuscitating or adding in for spice. I mean, history bounding can be anything from a complete outfit that is based on head to toe on, say, 1884. I love the fashion of the 1880s. I'm going to dress like that. And then history bounding can be a light touch, like we talk about, like adding vintage stuff, into your outfit. Or even you could say wearing a great kilt modernly is a kind of a history bounding thing. But the puttees, it's just going to look awkward. I can see where people might think it's an interesting idea because, like, from a steampunk standpoint, I could see cosplayers being into it. So kudos for thinking outside the box, but I wouldn't go outside the box in this direction.
Don't go that far.
Yeah.
Fair. No, I agree.
Just generally. I mean, it's some things are cool. Some things are just not worth. They're not going to give you the effect that's going to look that great.
Yeah, it's cool to go outside the box. It's cool to make it your own. It's cool to bend the rules or break rules or conventions. But there are some that it would look forced. And in that instance, I think I wouldn't do it. And this kind of falls into that category for me.
Yeah. We've had the similar question come up before with doing a historical impression of a Celt or of a Highlander. Like, should you wear Viggelbonder, which is the leg wraps that go back to the Viking Age? They never wore them. As far as we can tell, they did not use them in that part of the world. So it's just not something you do. History bounding. Have you ever heard that term before? It's definitely an up-and-coming thing, especially with the younger set, as they say. But in a way, we've been history bounding for ages here in the world of Highland dress. What do you do that is historical? Do you like to imitate an entire era's outfit? Or do you just kind of add bits and pieces for spice into your everyday wear? Tell us in the comments. In the meantime, if you want more of our advice on fashion and what you can do with it, check out these videos over here. If you want more opinions on what looks good or what doesn't, check out the Kilts and Culture Facebook group. And of course, we post things on our Facebook page. And if you want some accessorisakilts.com, folks.